Morning, you beautiful people. Let's do my makeup and do mental preparation for the day. We spend a lot of time on our face and our clothes, but not enough time on our mind. First, we are going to conceal the places of discoloration. In advance, I decide how I'm going to respond to things that don't go to plan. So I tell myself, when things don't go to plan, you're just going to remain calm and positive. Feel all of your feelings and then problem solve, because the nice thing about problems is that they come with solutions. Some of the other things that don't really go to plan, or things that you can't foresee, things that are beyond the scope of your control, are people's strong negative emotions. So if somebody is projecting their negative emotions onto me, or if I perceive negative projection again, I'm going to remain calm. I make that decision now that I'm not going to let somebody else's emotional state derail my day, or I'm not going to let that energy spread. I'll contain it with love and compassion. Now that my color correcting is gone, I'm going to move on to the under eyes with the Huda Beauty Full Filter Corrector in Peach. I am in my mid-40s, so the secret is very little application. I just do one dot here, one here on the inner eye, and here. Now, the other thing that I'm going to mentally prepare for is my productivity. So I will be diligent to work through my work blocks. I will produce good work. I won't be lazy. I'll be focused. I will celebrate my wins, and I will cheer myself on with positive emotions and a sense of achievement and fulfillment. Now that I've color corrected in my eyes, I'm going to go in with, is this NYX or NYX? Somebody please help me. So now that I've color corrected, I'm going to go over with concealer again. Very little. This is the Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer by NYX. Same placement, very little product. Buff it out. I'm also going to think about my physical well-being. I will take regular water breaks. I will eat on time. Healthy, nutritious foods. I will refrain from eating my emotions. If I want to comfort eat, I'm probably going to go, my office has a little meditation room. I'll take a time out and journal, or do a meditation, or go for a walk instead of eating my feelings. We're moving on to set the under eye with the Huda Beauty Baking Powder in Peach Pie. What I do is tap, 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 hurt and tap, and then I just use it like this to load up my brush, set my under eye, let it bake, let it bake. Then I will move on to setting the rest of my face with powder, the NYX HD finishing powder. Tap the brush in, pat. This is to set my color corrector in place and mattify the skin. I have an oily skin type. I am also going to be diligent with my exercise. Go to the gym. I have my gym bag packed. I have my lunch packed. I did meal prep. And also, after work, I'm going to make sure I get a walk in, get my steps. It's time to move on to coverage, and we're going to use the Erborian CC Cream in Caramel. I dispense into this used Sealer pot. The product comes out white. I use about this much. There are micro encapsulated pigments, and with my foundation brush, I'm just going to dab that in there. Spread the product around, get it evenly on my brush, and then dab. The nice thing about it being white is that you see how much coverage you have, and then I'm just going to work this into the skin. Places where I've put down color corrector, I'm just going to use a stippling motion so that I don't disturb the color corrector underneath. You can see this has a beautiful finish and very good coverage. It's very skin-like. It's just our skin, but better. I love this product so much. This is not about creating a whole new face. No, we are enhancing our natural beauty. It's also a mask, because people will ask you about your imperfections, or they will assault you. They'll make power plays, right? So I sometimes think of makeup as defensive arts. If there are any areas where I feel like I need a little extra coverage, I go in with the Huda Beauty Full Filter Concealer in Candied Ginger. I have a little discoloration here. That much. Here. And then we just dab that in. See how that works? Just very light, stippling motion. If I was on Photoshop and I got out the little eraser tool, that's the way I use concealer. Very, very light. Light and targeted. Final powder. Dab, dab, stipple. You can see how that takes the sheen down. Gives me a nice matte finish. Now I'm going to set with Urban Decay All Nighter. Close my eyes and purse my lips. That's going to meld everything together very nicely. I did my eyebrows off camera. Next, very easy eyeshadow. Makeup Milano Long Lasting Staccato Transfer Eyeshadow in number 36. This is what it looks like. I just go over like this. See, easy. I just want a little wash of color. I grew up in the 80s and I love these little guys. A little bit of eyeliner, the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Eyeliner in Fig, which is a deep purple. By the time I'm done this, we're going to be such good friends, because I'm going to get close. This is how I do my eyeliner. Doing this to camera is a little hard. I start with my wing. I hold my pencil at the very end so that I don't put too much pressure. I try to keep my eyes as open as possible and then just sketch out my wing. The nice thing about this liner is that it is highly pigmented, so I can work in light strokes. So there's my wing done first, and then I'm going to do the little canoe, make a little canoe hair, connect that to the top of my eyebrow, top of my eyelid, not my eyebrow. And then if you're worried about drawing a long straight line, you probably know how to do a short straight line. So lots of short straight lines. And while I do this, I'm just going to finish off my mental prep with some gratitude. First of all, that I woke up to experience a new day. I'm thankful for the beautiful hot water in the shower this morning, being able to talk to you through this technology, being able to reach people, spread love and positivity, spread a sense of joy in the world. I'm thankful that I have the ability to do that. That's a huge, huge blessing. Moving on to lips. This is the NYX Lingerie XXL in Turn On. Ooh. So I'm going to put this, and while I do my lips, I'm actually going to talk about my tongue. What are the things I'm going to say? What are the things I'm not going to say? Something that I'm working on is not participating in gossip, shutting it down, and speaking more positive words. I feel very strongly about this because sometimes people come to you under the guise of wanting help or seeking compassion, but it's actually to gossip. So I am being a lot more intentional with my listening and intentional with my responses. Less reacting and more thoughtful response, and having a good disciplined tongue that speaks positivity, good words, affirms people, inspires people. I do not want to use my tongue as an instrument of destruction. Now for a little bit of blush. I threw on my jewelry as well. Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Strawberry Cream. I did a review on this. It's on my page. Go check it out. Stippling motion. Oh, love it. And then I will highlight Glow Glide Face Architect Highlighter in Gilded Glow. The stars are still showing up. Love it. Maybe it's because I put my fan brush up here. I don't want the stars to go away. So the glosses, they tone everything down, and that's why I feel free to be loud with eyeshadow, a purple eyeliner, and even my blush. You see the difference. How bright the blush looks now versus when I have my glosses, because they reflect light. And then I just had my ponytail up in a bun with the little curly Q, looking very bouncy. Let's get the profile, another profile. And I am ready to go out into the world and have a great day. And I'm wishing you the very same. I love you lots, and I will see you soon.